everybody, it's Sarah, also known as Splendidly Imperfect on Instagram and Etsy and pretty much anywhere else you can find me online. I thought I would do a quick run through of my 2019 planner setup today. I am using a Carpe Diem Simple Stories A5 ring binder. This is it right here. It's so pretty. The outside, my thing is everything has to be cute. Everything has to be cute. Everything has to be pretty. If it's not, I don't want to use it. I lose interest and I want to move on to the next thing. So it's got to be cute. So I found these little poof ball guys on clearance last year at Michael's. It's a keychain. All three are attached to one clippy guy. It was like 75 cents. And I thought that would be perfect. And I like the way the pink and the green go together because those are my two favorite colors. This is an Erin Condren planner band that I bought on Etsy, and I cannot remember the shop. I will look, and if I can find it, I will put it on the description box. But as you can see, it's a little poop, and it has a face and a bow, which is, it's ridiculous, but I love it. And it just slides right over the cover. It's the perfect size. Here it is on the inside. So it's got these pockets down the side. They're all pretty uniform in size. I don't really keep anything useful in them. They're just for decoration as far as I'm concerned because I don't have anything I need to keep in there. So starting at the top, I've got a die cut that just an image I found online and laminated. I don't remember where this felty came from, but again, if I can find it, I will put the link in the box. It was an Etsy shop. I made this one. This is a sticker from Shameless Stickers, and I just laminated it. It's one of the die cut-ish ones. And when I cut it out, I left this little flag of laminate sticking out the bottom so that when I stick it in here, it stands up above the pocket and doesn't get lost. This die cut is, I want to say it's Frank Hearts You Too, but I'm not. It might be Twinkle the Unicorn. They look very similar to me, so I always mix them up. This is just vinyl, a vinyl sticker that my friend Jamie cut for me. And then tucked in here, I have Wonton in a Million sticky notes from Michael's, which I love them and they are so well done. A lot of times when you buy these things, they're cut crooked and these are cut perfectly, so good job on those, Michael's. Dividers. I make my own dividers because I'm cheap and I have a lot of stuff in my house, so why not? This is just scrapbook paper, cut to size, round corners. This is a tab punch. Stick it all together, laminate it. You got a divider. There's another Shameless Stickers, die cut-ish stickers. And then this is note paper. I print my own inserts. I design them, so I print them. And I cut them down to the A5 size first, which makes them print better, but you end up with a lot of end cuts, and they're not quite big enough to print another A5 sheet on, so I don't want to throw them away because that's really wasteful, so I just started hole punching them and sticking them in here as scratch paper. My daughter also plans with me. She has a little personal planner. It's really cute, and she, writes stuff in there, so I cut these down to make her personal inserts as well, so I'm not really putting it to waste. This divider is a free printable from the Simple Stories website, and they're the ones that make Carpe Diem. They have them in a bunch of different sizes that you can download and print for free. This one was, I want to say it was called Oh What Fun. And they've got the pattern papers, they've got the fronts of the dividers, they've got these cute little note kind of documentation things that you could use in your planner or your scrapbooks or whatever. It's really cute. This is a notepad from the Dollar Spot. I just put a few sheets in there. This is an old page protector stuck together with a fuse tool. It was in a personal planner, and I just repunched the holes to stick it in here. Pictures of my kids, my husband and I at a wedding, what do you call that, confetti, my little sorority thing. And then it came with the month calendars, and then I added the little date flags in Photoshop. You got it had like room for Christmas card lists, gifts, and then I start with my weekly inserts. I have found that, here's January, this was part of the free printable, I added these. I have found that if I give the months their own sections separate from the weeks, I never end up looking at or using the months. But if I have them at the beginning of the weeks, you know, so all the whole month's pages are together, then I look at them more often, then I use them more often, and I'm not wasting that space, and it's actually more efficient for me. And this is so much trial and error to figure this out. You would think that I would have come to this conclusion a lot faster than I did, but oh well. So again, these are what my inserts look like when they're blank. This is a week on 3 pages because I wanted to make sure that my weekends stayed together. And I wanted to have room at the end of the week to put notes to go into the next week, but also stuff at the beginning of the week. So this is what I came up with. And you can actually buy those in my shop. I do have the printable listed for sale. More scrapbook paper. And again, there's my month and then my corresponding weeks behind it. Another printable from them. Tab punch, their paper, pretty self-explanatory. Next section is my memory log. This is Doodlebug paper. I love Doodlebug. It's so stinking cute. This is another Shameless stickers, die cut stickers. I love those. I have a whole bunch of them floating around here. I like to put them as little decorations to tuck in. I like to laminate them into dividers. Sometimes I don't really stick them on pages though, because I feel like I'm wasting them. Like I want to look at them more than just a week. So this is my memory log. This year I decided to try the Project Life scrapbooking again. And what it is, it's a pocket page system where you are basically scrapbooking your everyday life, not just the highlights or the important milestones, but everything, the everyday stuff. And the goal is to try to do a picture or a story at least every single day. Now, if you miss a day, it's not a big deal. But you're also documenting not just stuff that your kids are doing or that you're doing, but like receipts and packaging and just like life. Just all the little bits of ephemera that make up your life. And it's really interesting, like, when you go back and you look at stuff that's really old from like when your mom was a kid or your grandparents were kids and seeing what packaging or advertising looked like in those days and how it's changed over the years. And that's kind of the idea behind this, that your kids can see like, I didn't just have a piano recital in 2019. We went to McDonald's and this is what the Happy Meal looked like. And oh yeah, I remember that. So it's fun. The problem is that I don't sit down and do this once a week like I'm supposed to because I'm a slacker. I'll sit down and do like 2 or 3 weeks at a time, just all at once when I get in the mood to do it. And then I go back and I don't remember what I did 2 weeks ago. So I found this Ray Dunn mouse pad, and it had a strip on this side that was a to-do list. So I cut that off, and then I trimmed the top so it would be the right width and hole punched it. And now I use this as a memory log. So each page has a week, and I just pencil in the date and then a little blurb about what blurbs about what happened that day and then what we had for dinner. And that way when it's time for me to go back and work on my Project Life, it's all laid out nice and neat in here. Well, maybe not neat, but it's in here. And I have a record. There were a week's worth of pages in the pad, but I didn't want them all in here. Obviously, that's super bulky, so I figure as I'm scrapbooking them, I tear the page out, and then when I run out, I can add more in. Next section is meal planning. This is more Doodlebug paper. I love it. It's so cute. How can you not love that? These are my inserts that I printed. They are heavily, heavily, heavily influenced by the ones on Hello Cuteness, I think is the website. I can link that also in the description box. And what I really like about it is that it's just so organized. You write down what you want to have for your meals as you're planning your dinners over here. So Monday, I want to have grilled chicken and broccoli and mashed potatoes, say. So I know I need chicken, so I'm going to write that in the meat section. I know that I want some limes, so for the marinades, I'm going to put that in the produce section. I know for my mashed potatoes, I'm going to need some potatoes, so that's going to go in the produce section. I know I'm out of butter, so I'm going to put that in the dairy section, and so on and so forth. So then I plan, once I've got all the stuff for that meal, then I write down what the next meal is and do the same thing. And then when I'm done with all my meals, and I can go back and add my other staples such as breakfast foods and flour, sugar, that sort of thing. It's really nice because it's set up by sections of the store. And that way, I know personally, if I just write a list, it never fails. I will get to the end of my list and I will see something back at the beginning that I missed, and I have to backtrack to the back of the store because, I forgot the yogurt, or I forgot the cereal or something. And this way, because it's set up in sections, it's like, okay, I'm in the baking aisle. Do I have everything that's on my list of the baking aisle? Yes. Okay, I can move on to the next section. So it's really organized. So I don't offer mine for sale because, like I said, it's heavily influenced by the Hello Cuteness one. It's not exactly the same. But if you go check out hers, it's a free printable. I have been using versions of this for years now, and I keep coming back to it. There's nothing better as far as organizing this kind of thing, as far as I'm concerned. The next section is my miscellaneous section. I gotta quit hitting the table, it moves the camera. This is a Love Cynthia stamp that I colored in with Copic markers. I don't remember where the paper is from though. Again, this is a punch in a Target sticky pocket from the dollar spot with a die cut in it. This is a book log. I don't remember where I found that. It was a printable. After I read a book, I color in the space for it and write the name of the book. It's got lots and lots of room. It's just the beginning of January, so I haven't really read a whole lot. I actually haven't even read that one. I got to read it tonight. But it's nice to have a record, so at the end of the year I can see what I read. I have a beauty routine tracker because I'm really, really bad about this, but I'm over 40 now and I need to start taking care of my skin so that I don't look like a paper bag in 10 years because that would be sad. So I'm doing really basic skincare, and I wrote down my steps, and then I can mark off over the course of the week if I do them, give myself a pat on the back, frowny faces at myself at the end of the week if I don't. You know how it goes. There's a beauty product tracker where I can write down things that I've purchased, like, don't like. I know personally I'm always looking for the new next fun thing, and then a couple years down the line I'm like, I used to use this thing and I really, really liked it, and then I stopped using it and I don't know why. Well, now I'll have a record of what those things were. Next section is my address book. This is, again, more plain scrapbook paper, and I have to be really careful so I don't show you anybody's address on accident in here. So this was on Pinterest as a free printable. And when I clicked on the link didn't work anymore. It went, 404, not found, whatever. And I was really bummed because I really liked the layout of it. So what I did was, being a designer, I just recreated it. So again, for that reason, I'm not going to sell this. I'm not going to give it away because I don't know where it came from. It was just a picture. And I can print more pages if I need to. I've got a page for every letter. This way, if my phone dies, if I don't have access to my computer, I need a email or an address or a phone number, it's all in here. I have it with me. The last thing in here, and this is really important. I don't think a lot of people realize how important this is just a laminated page in the back. If you have a ring binder and you don't have something like this in the back, what tends to happen is that these last pages get tucked under when you close your binder, and then they end up with this like permanent kind of bend in the end here, and it's really, really frustrating. At least to me, it bothers me. I don't like it. But if you have a piece of just plastic or laminated, this is just 2 pieces of pattern paper stuck together and laminated. If you have something like that in the back, it keeps that from happening. Like, you don't have to do anything special. You close it, it's fine. It keeps it from happening, and it's great. So definitely make sure that your rings have something like that if you use rings. In the back here, nothing really tucked in here. This is a coupon for my daughter's birthday club thing at a bookstore. I need to go redeem that because it's a bit old. And then this little paper clip I thought was so cute. Someone gave it to me at the Planner New Year meetup that we had a couple weeks ago. And I love it, and I can't remember who gave it to me. But it's really well made. It's got this like little metal thing that holds the fabric flower in place, and it kind of just dangles off there. And I love it. And then last but not least, this was a fountain pen I got for Christmas from my husband. And it's a very simple little cartridge. Here. I don't know if you can see that. Very simple little fountain pen. Easy to carry with me. It wasn't super expensive, so I don't have to worry if, someone's going to steal it like one of my really nice ones. Tucks right into the pen loop. Love it. So, that is my planner. And that is my system for 2019, or at least the start of 2019, because we all know how planner peace is. You have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and thanks for stopping by today. Oh, and subscribe. That way, if I do stay doing this and I get off my butt and make another video, you'll get to see it, and that'll be awesome. Yeah.